What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Babe, I am the table. There's no need to bring anything to the table when you are the table.
Guys, what gives women the confidence today to say that they don't need to bring nothing to the table because they are the table? Would you say it's feminism? Or would you say it's social media and all of the simps in their DMs confirming the fact that these women don't need to bring anything to the table besides their looks? Or do you think it's a combination of both? All I know is that I have been with one man for 24 years and I have been married for 16 years now. And still today, I am not 100% sure of what I was able to bring to the table that benefited his life that he couldn't do for himself. I know we are always saying that, oh, we need to cook, we need to clean, all of these things. But then again, a man can cook for himself. A man can clean for himself. So I do have an idea of what I was able to bring to the table or that I was able to do for him that actually benefited him in his growth. It was nurturing, caring, being empathetic, and loving. Let me know if you agree with the following statement. We need to bring back humility into womanhood. And when I say that, I don't mean that women should think less of themselves, but I believe women need to think of themselves less. I'm gonna repeat that. We need to bring back humility into womanhood. Ladies, do not think less of yourselves, but think of yourselves less so you can actually create some room to bring back that femininity that you have in yourself naturally. But let me tell you what's not feminine. Trying to make a point when you are conversating or talking to a man and you are screaming on top of your lungs just because you want to be right, you want to be heard, and you want to prove your point, that's not feminine at all. And that's actually a big turnoff.
Builds every single man up that I've ever been with, baby.
All right.
When they leave me, they're in a much better position than when they got. A woman's value that she adds to a man is something that you cannot even put a price on, baby. It is something that you cannot even look at the amount, because guess what? What we're doing is we're elevating you and we're growing you in a way that you could not even imagine.
The very last man you was with, how long was that relationship?
3.5 years.
When you met him, was he a millionaire?
No.
When you left him, was he a millionaire?
No.
You ain't made nobody nothing. A lot of these women talk about what they could do for a man and how good they are. Y'all ain't made nobody
nothing. Just because you didn't make someone a millionaire doesn't mean you didn't make them nothing. I know you're smarter than that.
Pause. Let me get it out. You didn't make him nothing. Let me just say this, ladies, before we get to this list. A lot of y'all have an overinflated ego. You're not bringing nothing to the table but problems, attitude, and tarnished and zesty.
I don't know.
Check.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it's a freaking shame because that's a young, beautiful woman. But the tone of her voice, the fact that she's laughing at what this man is trying to say, because if the shoes would be on the other feet and he would be laughing at something that she said, I am sure that she would scream even more. That's how women are designed nowadays, unfortunately. But there's something else that I want to say. When a woman is trying to prove her point and explain to you that she has changed a man to become a better man, you're going to have to ask the man, because only he will be able to determine whether if her actions really contributed to his life in order for him to become a better man. And who would know better than my husband? Let him give you an example of what I just tried to explain to you guys.
Basically, I was being accepted for who I was at the time. I knew I was getting myself into a situation with somebody who has accepted me for me at that point in my life. And now that I look back at it in retrospect, I see myself as basically a diamond covered in dirt. And as far as you took me and you helped me wipe the dirt off of myself to expose the diamond instead of, waiting for me to get to the finish line. Then you're at the finish line waiting for me when you basically, you came with me through the struggle for me to be a better man and becoming a better man. So, yeah.
I think it takes two. I mean, I helped you, seeing your potential and you becoming a better man. And so did you help me seeing my potential numerous times when you told me that I can do better, that I can be better and help me become the woman that I am today. So I think it goes both ways, most definitely. And I'm most definitely thankful for that.
The clip you just seen was a live that I had with my husband about 2 years ago. And did you pay attention to what he said? I'm going to break it down to you, especially ladies, if you are watching, which you should. So it was not my cooking. It was not my cleaning. It was not the size of my booty. You know, sexuality is something that a lot of women think will keep a man in their lives, which is absolutely wrong. It was my patience. It was my ability to understand that man's struggles. And not only that, it was also my willingness to help him to go and work through his struggles so he can become a better man. It was me sitting there listening to him. Not only listening to him with my ears, but also with my heart. And that's what real femininity is all about. And I didn't have no courses back in the day to learn what femininity means because it came naturally. You ladies need to go back to your natural selves. I'm gonna have to go back to the statement that I made when I said that women need to think of themselves less. Because when women think of themselves less, they're gonna have more room to pay attention to a man. And when they pay attention to a man, they will actually be able to understand him. You know, how many people actually sit down and have a conversation with one another without constantly staring at their phones? Paying attention is one of the key things in a relationship. And this guy's going to explain to you why.
Great women are going to always provide value. They're going to always find a way to be useful within your life. And the way that happens is that they pay so much attention to you that they begin to know what it is that you need before you even know.
Would you mind if I give you an example from our relationship based off of something that this guy has just said? Keywords, pay attention. And I don't want to give you an example from our relationship just to prove that I'm just this perfect wife who knows how to do it all. I am far from that. I just want to give you guys an example that also women, if you're watching this video, you can learn from these daily routines and activities on where you can actually use the word paying attention and apply it. So when my husband picks up the phone a certain way, I already know if that man is having a good day or a bad day. So I know how to conduct myself. More like, is there something that you want to talk about? What's going on with you? Before I actually talk about my day. Because us women, we're so quick to talk a man's head off without even caring, knowing, or thinking about how our man feels, right? I can tell from the way that my husband is literally breathing, from his body language, if he has a problem that needs to be solved or not. And again, because of the fact that I'm paying attention, that a lot of women need to learn how to do, because thanks to social media, women have a really, really short attention span. Men too, but women are less patient. So if something is longer than 59 seconds, they already don't know what it means to pay attention. But back to what I was saying, based off of his breathing, his body language, I already know if there's a problem that we both need to solve or not. When we are sitting at the breakfast, lunch, or dinner table, from the way that my husband is looking around, I can tell whether if he needs some extra seasoning, or if he needs something to drink, or if he's just comfortably enjoying what he's eating. You gotta pay attention. Attention is one of the most important keys in a relationship, next to trust and liability. And again, think of yourself less and you will have the capacity to recognize these things. Because most of the time, please correct me if I am wrong, right in the comment section, because I see all of your comment section. Correct me if I'm wrong when I'm saying all of the time when women are in a relationship, everything is about them. If not everything has to be about them, 80% has to be about them.
Even know. Right, and she gonna cut those corners and make sure that, you know, everything is aligned for you to be the best version of yourself, right? But a lot of women come into the situation just with the mindset of, hey, what can I get? What are you doing for me? It's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, right? But the great ones, they figure out a way to be useful in your life. And it could be a myriad of roles, right? She can be your assistant to your business, or, you know, she could be, you know, doing just a bunch of different things, regardless of like what your career is and regardless of what it is that you're trying to achieve. She finds a way to get involved in it and be useful and be encouraging and inspire you to succeed at it, not get in the way of it.
It's really, really that simple. The outcomes of the relationship are tremendous. And you don't have to do a whole lot right from the beginning. Take it day by day, step by step. I'm not saying as a woman you have to sacrifice everything for the man. Of course you're not going to lose yourself in your man because you obviously have a life going on for yourself. But be yourself. Don't try to do what everybody else is doing on social media, because all of these people, the sprinkle lady and everybody else that's, you know, living that type of lifestyle, their husbands are either miserable as hell or these women are lying. And you don't want to be part of that circle. So really, it's up to you. But another thing that I want to mention is the fact that it's really, really important that, at least in 2025, we better kick the habit of trying to get treated as queens. I mean, just because women know that they look good nowadays and they know how to use their looks doesn't automatically mean that they deserve to be treated as queens. Because last time I checked, queens listen to their kings. Unfortunately, a lot of women fail to understand that their looks alone will never keep a man around, especially not that men actually have standards or morals for themselves now and expectations on women that they're trying to be with. So if you look good, that's good for you. But if you look good and you think that you are unapproachable and better than everybody else in your environment, especially when it comes to men, it's gonna be a rude awakening once those looks fade away. And don't try to fool nobody with Botox and everything else that women get done to themselves in order to prevent the fact that they are hitting the wall. The wall is real and always will be undefeated. Meaning you really know how to act accordingly to certain times in your life. When you're young, of course, go out and party, but there's a time and place for everything. So when you are in your 30s and you're still going out partying like you're in your 20s and you think you're just too good for everybody because now you have a career, you're going to be in your 40s crying in your car because you're still going to be alone. That's it, everyone. I hope I was able to demonstrate what it actually can mean for a woman to bring something to the table when she's in a relationship. Again, it's not only your looks. Yes, looks play a part, but more importantly, it's your actions, the way you make a man feel, what you do for that man, what can you actually do in the process of him becoming a better man, because once that man becomes better, you both are going to benefit from it. So women really need to stop thinking about, oh, what can I benefit from? I don't care about everybody else besides myself, because if that's how you operate, then you're always going to be by yourself. If that's what you want to choose for yourself, good for you. If you want to live and you want to learn, listen to me. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a like, a thumbs up, leave a comment or two, share it with your friends and family. Stay safe in these streets. And as I always say, tuned for more content. Thank you all so much.